And I'm going to do a little practice tomorrow with Al Madsen. Marcia Glick feels pretty comfortable, although we got Al. He's done this. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
He's done this twice now. And so.
Al Madsen becoming high tech. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. And anyway, I may have told everybody this. Dave certainly knows about it. I'm starting the meeting at 7. I'm starting the link available at 7 a.m. in the morning to give, and I'm going to keep encouraging members to log in or anytime after 7. Just to be safe. It's very possible that some of them may not log in until the last minute, but so somehow we'll just have to have a good communication to say, don't switch on live until we're kind of ready to go, because it'll be a little embarrassing, I guess, if a bunch of them are still coming on. So I'm sure Jamie will be able to hear me. Who's actually doing the switch? Would that be Jamie then?
Yeah, I'll be in.
Okay.
John and Mike, if you look at, I sent you both an email regarding that real VNC.
Yeah, I just saw that. So go the credit card route?
Yep, we can do that. If you approve it, then let Sean take care of it.
Okay, and just use the MasterCard.
Dave,
We got to make sure we have enough money on that card then too. Did you check that?
How much was it, Sean? How much was that?
I think it's around 15.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Okay.
Did you send out the balances, Wendy, to me?
I did not this morning. I did yesterday morning, and they're the same.
Okay.
I'll go online after this meeting and double
You
check.
want to double check just to be safe?
All right, just let me know. Let me know.
Mason. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we are on live stream.
And is this recording then too?
Yeah, it's recording the live stream.
Okay, this is a test for the Cable Commission meeting that will be happening on May 21st at 7:30 in the morning. Like I said, we will have the commissioners come on at around 7. Dave Kaiser will be the official designated Zoom troubleshooter between 7 and 7:30. I'm going to let people know about that, but I did send everybody a little training video that was online and frequently asked questions for anybody using Zoom. But I think I'm just going to probably, in terms of my view, I don't know if I'm going to be switching back and forth. What I will do is I will be sharing the screen. We're not going to do it, so we won't be doing like a PowerPoint for this, but we will be. Now let's see. I did have a document up. I just got to find it. Up. I don't know what happened to it.
It'll be in your email if you're talking about the one I sent you.
Well, I had already opened it up. Oh, I know what happened. Stand by. I'll find it here. It didn't help that I logged out of it. So let's see.
Hey, Jamie.
Yes.
Are you going to leave it in Brady Bunch view or in the view where it switches to whoever's talking? Do you think that's on the live stream?
Well, right now it's switching full screen to whoever's talking.
And so if somebody harumphs or quacks, it's going to switch to them. So I'm wondering which way we want it.
Well, if we do mute control, then that won't be an issue. Or Dave, what's the shortcut to pin a user full screen?
On the 3 dots up by their image, and you go ahead and you have the option to pin the video. So in the upper right corner of each individual.
Yep. So if I pin Mike, he'll stay up until I take him off. Is that how that works?
That's correct.
Okay, so that's good news. So Jamie could actually control that, so I don't have to worry about it. Dave?
Correct. Yeah, someone
could direct it for me, so I don't have to direct myself. But what about, I'm going to be doing some, like, for instance, what happens when I do a screen share then?
Well, let's give it a try.
Yeah, all right. I think we'll have to test it. My guess is that it might override everything.
Well, we'll soon find out. There it is. So now, yeah, I think it might do that. So you may not. So what happens if you pin somebody, Jamie?
Well, you're still pinned and I'm not seeing you, but I am seeing your,
The document?
yeah, your document.
Okay.
Okay, it came up. There's quite a bit of a delay on the live stream from what we're seeing on the Zoom.
Okay. Well, that's in
Right,
case
that's
anybody
normal.
swears. We have to have enough time to take that off. So.
The dump button. Who's gonna have the dump button?
Yeah. So we will just show them actual memos. We took all the treasurers. I had Wendy make me a version that didn't get into a zillion pages of treasurers reports. They'll all have that anyway. But like when I'm talking about the memo, I'll probably just have the memo up and say, you know, we go through this procedure, then go on to, so they'll vote on that. And then Wendy, this is where you'll do a roll call vote then. So,
Yep.
And then I'll tell, talk to Mr. Mattson and say that's how, so he'll call the roll, and then Wendy, you could just read off the names, right?
Names of those in attendance, yep.
Now, the key on all that, I think, is, because you and I talked a little bit about this, but that means I'm going to probably have to unmute everybody at the same time, or try to, you know, otherwise it's going to be a very painful process, right? To mute, unmute every single person. We'll just have to, you'll have to call the name.
Right.
Because it might be hard for me to like call the name and me to follow along with every single name, mute, unmute, mute, unmute, you know, versus
Right. Yeah.
I just unmute them all and go, you know,
Just call names and they just say yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Approve it. Yeah.
Okay.
And Mike, you have the ability there, because you're the meeting originator, to mute people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You-
But
you can-
you know
you
what's
can mute everybody.
interesting is I don't know if I can do it. I'm trying to find the screen that, like when I do a share screen, I don't see the other controls to mute.
Correct.
So I have to stop share, and now I can see all the you know, the muting options.
Well, go ahead and share it one more time again. So then we're all popping up over on the right side of the screen. Is that right?
Oh, share the screen again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just to see. Now, if you go to each individual over on the right side,
Yep.
if you hover over them, do you see the 3 dots?
Oh, yeah.
And you have the opportunity to mute somebody?
Mute audio. Yep. Yep. So I can, let me try you, Dave. Well, I can mute, I think I can mute you just from hitting the button. I mean, the mute button. I don't have to hit the dots. So right now I'm muting Dave. All I did was hit the mute button.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
going to unmute. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I can't unmute him. Oh,
So I can choose it.
yeah. See, I couldn't, that's interesting. I could not unmute you once I muted you. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's going to get interesting. How do we handle that? Because if I muted everybody except like say Bradley speaking, they would have to unmute themselves then, right? Is that the way you understand
Correct.
it, Dave? Because I
Correct.
couldn't do it then. Especially with having a shared document, I have it seems like I do have a little bit less control, and then anyway.
But I get a message on my screen that says the host wants me to unmute.
Oh,
So when you did that to me, it notifies me that you want me.
okay. So, and then what? Okay, but that's one of those things where I cannot unmute you though, right?
You want me to unmute.
Oh,
and I just
okay.
unmuted.
So I have to click on unmute and then you get the message. Wow.
That's correct.
Okay, this is going to get interesting. It's definitely going to get interesting.
Well, I would think the rule would be just to tell most people to mute themselves at the start.
Yeah.
And I think the only time you'll have to use the mute is if someone can't figure it out.
Right.
then you just may need to zap them. And I would guess that's probably not the people that are going to be talking the most,
Right.
that are familiar with the system. It may be some of the other ones who just don't know, and their main purpose is probably just to listen.
Right.
Except they're gonna have
Mike?
to vote.
Oh, that's right. They are going to have to, everybody's going to have to be unmuted when they vote, when Wendy calls their name. So it could be the wild, wild west at that point.
I would also recommend that you have them raise their hand to vote yes.
Well, that's the this is perfect, because actually Wendy and I talked. Is that legal? Can they do by could they just do a hand raise versus a voice?
I would have them do both. So
Raise your hand and say and vote. Okay. Are you
that way
seeing
you've
that
got a visual record of it.
Okay. Are you seeing that in some of the meetings too?
Absolutely.
Okay. So they're doing both a hand raise and a voice vote. All right. So Wendy will just have to remember that. So we'll have to say, Wendy will take the roll, and when you vote, you should also say it and then raise your hand, I guess, is what we'll have to do. Which I think will be the best way to do it. So I got Bradley's, and then I've got, when we get down to, Brad, I got all this information stuff, which is some of it's pretty interesting on cable subscribers and things. But then we got the board meeting packet, which will be there. We'll go through some of the things in the agenda, the liability, that we'll whip through that. And then we'll get into the reports. Dave, you can see the report there.
Yes.
Okay, and then we got Shannon's report, cities, Tim's report, and then Javier will have his report there. So, and again, they will have a printed version of this, but I was hoping to show this visually on the screen while the person is talking. Now, with that said, if this is on the screen, so let's just go up to this one. If Dave is not showing up, okay, so the screen that I see right now is I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images on the right-hand side. Is that what everybody sees? Like 5 people?
Yeah.
Okay. What happens if will Dave, when he starts talking, he won't move up to the 5, will he?
No.
No, I don't think you will.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, there's nothing I can do on my end to like bring somebody up so they could see you. I mean, they'll be able to hear you, but
right.
I think what I'll do is I won't have this on. I'll just have it on for a little bit, because I think Dave, everybody's going to like do a little extra stuff beyond that, just beyond like whatever they want to say. I mean, I think because you're all going to see the screen. And I think if I stop sharing the screen, if I go like, for instance, let's just say Dave is just, he got through, if you focus on the first several items on the list, and then you go, and then some of the other things, I think what I'll do is I'll stop share. And if people have the screen set up where it goes full screen to the person talking, then they would see you, right? Like I see you right now on full screen.
You'd see me full screen now?
I see you full screen, right? The way mine's set up, at least, I see you full screen. But it all depends on the gallery view. Now,
yeah, are you in gallery view or are you in?
Well, I was on speaker view. Now I'm in gallery view. I'm in the Brady Bunch view right now.
Yeah, and that's probably what we should suggest everyone gets into when we start. Is just get into gallery view.
So no matter what the view is, whether it's speaker view or gallery view, once a screen is shared, the screen still takes up 90% of the screen or whatever, no matter what. Okay. All right. Well, Jamie, do you have enough to go on?
Mike, would it help if you designate one of us as a co-host? Then if, you're busy, talking or presenting and somebody's, rustling around, or, someone forgot to mute their audio.
That would help me tremendously, because I can't, if let's just say there's 20 plus 25 people on this thing, and it's going crazy in the background. If I had somebody who could take care of that so I could focus on the meeting, that would help me immensely. So what
Yeah.
do I need to do in the setup? I can have somebody called a co-host when
Yeah, I think in the meeting setup, or you might even be able to do it right now. I'm not. I don't have
yeah.
those.
So the question is, yeah, can I change it after? Because I've already obviously sent the link out, but can I edit the link to? So let me go look. If I go into, where am I going into? Manage participants, or it would be more of the setup or security or something. Share screen, chat, rename, remove.
Let me see if I can find it. Is it roles in a meeting? Yeah, roles, ROLES, roles in a meeting.
That's I can see that on my screen.
Trying to see what menu that's under. Anybody else know where that is?
Roles in a
Do
meeting.
not.
I wonder if that's in the setup itself, Jamie, but not live on there. Are you looking? Are you looking at the actual link?
I'm on the Zoom website right now. I'm looking
okay.
for that information.
Oh, I will look at the link and
okay.
See if
Mike, here's one other thing to try. If you click on the participants tab down on the bottom of the screen,
yes,
then you get a window that pops up in the middle that shows everyone that's on the call and shows whether they're showing video or their microphone's open.
Well, yeah, the thing on the right of the screen where it's, yes, I see that.
Can you adjust that? Then can you go ahead and, because you're the host, click my microphone and mute me?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just muted you right now. And that's probably, oh, but it won't let me, I can't unmute you.
Okay, I got a message, so I have to click it. I just wondered if there was another way that you had a little bit more control to hop back and forth.
Well, I have mute all. I'm going to try that once, which I think current and new participants will be muted. Oh, allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay.
There you go.
So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to hit yes. So right now, everybody should be muted except me. So now unmute yourself, Dave. Or you can't, right?
I can.
Oh, you can. Oh, that's right. Okay, good. So maybe that's how we started out.
Yeah, if you have the control to mute everyone.
Yeah, it's in that participant thing. It's at the bottom.
Yeah, that may be the best way to do it.
Well, I can do mute all, unmute all kinds of things. So yeah, and Jamie, that's a good idea. On the well, do you want to be the co-host then, Jamie? I mean, can you concentrate on that? Or who wants to be a co-host? I have no preference.
Well, I could do that too, Mike. Since I may know a few more of the people, I could eliminate a person if I recognize their voice.
Right. All right. I'll be
happy to do that. That's fine.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Because
Jamie, if you're talking, we don't hear you.
Oh, Jamie's muted.
Oh, Jamie's muted. Yep. There we go.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. If since the players' voices a little better than I would.
That's fine.
So it basically
I'll be busy.
means he'll have the same controls I have, right? I mean, he'll be able to see everything and do everything for the most part.
Yeah, well, most of the relevant things he'll have control of.
Okay.
I'll be busy, making sure the right speaker is pinned in the master control. So you see the master control user. That's the actual feed. That's the actual user that's feeding the video into live stream. So that needs to be there as well. That user.
Okay.
So does Mike set that up when he sets up the meeting, that there's going to be someone allowed in another role?
Yeah, so reading from the Zoom website here, when you're signed into the Zoom portal, click account settings, navigate to the co-host option on the meeting tab, and verify that the setting is enabled.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that when we're off here because I'll have it all set up. I just don't want to have to log out of here.
Yeah,
that'll be simple enough to do.
And I'm not sure how you,
because I'd have to go into that link anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not sure how that's done. It might be done by using Dave's email address. I would think.
Okay. We'll get it figured out. Dave and I could work on
Yeah.
that when we're done
Yeah.
here.
Sure.
I'll send you a link to the instructions I found
That'd be
here if
perfect.
you need to reference that.
Yes, that would be great if you could do that.
And
And
Mike, remember
Yes.
to check the chat.
Oh yeah, there's some, you may have sent a message from Tefren. Where will there be donuts? I wish. That will be my opening joke, because Mark Schultz already asked about donuts, and I said won't be any donuts, and he right now he's the only one who won't be there. I think there will be others once I do my final reminder. But yeah, I'll have to have virtual donuts,
Send them virtual donuts.
or send everybody a donut to their house, so they have that in a little Caribou coffee, or maybe we'll have something here for staff. Since everybody's on here, I there's many times I wanted to get things for staff that, like, just little things, and I go, well, in the Corona world, should I do that, or because I got all the people who love to have little treats, right? I'm one of them.
Right.
Would you feel comfortable if I had
I hate
donuts?
treats.
Well, we can put treats out. We can put treats out and use the little tongs that we have. So
Tongs. I mean, would
yeah.
people feel comfortable eating a donut if people were required to use the tongs, or would you not, because we're in a pandemic?
I'm cool with it.
Raise your hand if you'll eat a donut with a tong. Okay, we got everybody in there. All right.
Maybe
As long as the first of the donuts, right?
What's that, Jamie?
And
maybe
what?
have like a dome that goes over the
Yeah, well, yeah,
plate of donuts.
that's not a bad idea. Like the little bee screen, you'd have the wasp thing at a
Right.
picnic. You'd have like a dome, like a plastic dome over the donuts, right?
We do that.
Yeah.
That would, so they're not sitting out, or keep the thing closed or something. We'll figure it out. All right.
Right.
Well, I loved it. This is the highlight of the meeting right here. We got the
Donut
donut thing
talk.
figured out. Now we got to figure out where we're going to get this dome. I'm
You
sure
can get them
maybe
at the stores.
Cape Show.
Hy-Vee has them.
Who does?
Hy-Vee and Target will have them.
Okay.
The plastic ones. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
No problem. They'll be with their picnic stuff.
Okay. All right.
So also, as just a FYI, there's a very good 1 hour class on Lynda on Zoom.
Okay.
Talks about a lot of the advanced features. It's pretty quick.
Okay.
You can obviously skip by the first half because you've done all that, but
All the basics, but
Yeah,
the advanced
but they-
stuff might be interesting, because I know
Yeah.
Dave is getting to the perfection level of, he might even be able to teach the master's class.
Master's level.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He'll be certified in
Right.
zoomology.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
are we good, Jamie?
So one thing to keep in mind is the screen that's going on live stream may look slightly different. Like, the thumbnails on the side might be in a different order than what you're seeing, Mike, because we're not sending
Right.
your screen to
Right.
live stream. We're sending
Right.
the master control screen, user's screen to live stream. So
Whatever
just-
that's set at, right?
just kind of keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll play around with it and make it look the best that I can.
But what happens though if I shared a screen? Would that override any of those? Would the share screen always be the share screen, or it would?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That does.
Yeah, it's the
that does
speaker
pop
thing
up.
that'll be different. It's just like you talk to people
Mhm.
on these meetings. Well,
Yeah.
well, on my computer, Dave is in the top right hand corner.
Yep.
I don't know if he's
Yep.
in the top right in everybody's
No.
computer.
It depends on who comes in first.
Right.
The order of how they come into the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Dave is. I have it. The users in a column right now, and Sean is number 2, and Dave is 3,
Okay.
Tim 4, Wendy 5, and then I'm last.
Okay.
Then I
Jamie?
have it. It's going this way. Mike, me, Sean, Dave, Tim, Jamie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie,
Yeah.
question for you, Jamie. That computer you're using for Zoom, is that dual screen or just one?
It's running a dual screen right now.
Okay, because Zoom can work with dual screen, and you can have the shared desktop on one screen and all the people on the other screen. But that could really,
How does
if you
that
want to
work?
be a full director.
Can I do that too, or is that just Jamie and
Uh,
Mike?
yeah, you can do that. There's a checkbox in Well, at least on the Mac version,
Okay.
which,
Oh,
yeah, there's a
Yep.
setting and under general called use dual monitors.
you have to set that before you join, or can you go in and change it now?
I think you can change it on the fly.
Let's see, where is that?
Would you say it was?
Under the preferences. Here, let me remote it into your machine, Wendy. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna switch it over. I had to take it off of duals. I'll put it on duals now.
Mike, the other thing that you might want to do when you share the screen is just make sure you share it full. So you can
Oh,
make it a little bit bigger. Why don't you go ahead and share your screen one more time? We can just tell you how much of your
That's a good
screen we're
idea.
seeing.
yeah, okay, hold on one second. I need to, I think I went back. I gotta get back on that item on here first.
Okay.
Where the heck did it go? Control. Why do these things go?
Because
Well,
once it starts to share, you can adjust it.
While he does that, hey, Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
on the live stream view, so we're seeing all the controls at the bottom. Can we set it so we don't see those? I don't remember.
Yes, I had it full screen
Okay,
prior.
okay.
I've got it kind of minimized now. I'm looking for that
Okay.
option to switch the dual screen on, but I don't see them. Sean, do you know how I get to the menu? The settings or the general settings?
On Windows?
Yeah, on the Windows Zoom.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay.
He's playing with my computer.
It's not where it is on the Mac version.
Yeah.
So Dave, this looks
Oh,
like
wait.
it's almost taking up the full screen, but I am sharing right now.
Right, so what I can see at the bottom of the screen, I can see the line, the connection, but I can't see anything below the word connection. Is that what you're seeing on your screen?
Oh, well, okay, here, here's what I see right now. I see, got CCX Media at the very top, and I see the word, the connection at the bottom with a little spacing below it. Do you see that?
Yep.
Okay, then
Yep.
we're seeing the same thing.
So that's what I'm seeing. Can you stretch the share screen taller?
How do I do that?
So if you grab the top of the image on your screen,
Yep. Oh,
And
I
just-
see what you're saying. Hold on a second. I think because I've got these pictures of everybody on the right, I don't know if hold on a second. I'm getting close. You're talking about dragging it to make it wider?
yeah. Maybe you can't, maybe once it shares, I thought you could adjust the size of it.
Yeah,
You
I
can
think,
you can minimize those side panels. You see where it says Adobe Export PDF,
Yeah,
and then if you go about halfway down, there's
yeah.
there's a little triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click on the triangle. Nope. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. Left a little bit. Left
in the
a little
gray
bit.
bar
In the
between
gray
the,
bar,
Yeah.
gray
in the
bar
scroll bar,
here.
other side.
Left.
Oh, here.
Left a little,
I
right
see.
there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So now you see
Go on.
more?
Then if you go
Now
on the
it's
other
wider.
side, there's another one.
Oh, I see.
Yep. You can hide all those. There you go.
So does that look a lot better?
Yep.
Yes.
it's bigger. Especially if you get to some of the things that are smaller print in some of the documents, that might help people out.
So if I stop share, I'm going to stop share for 1 second. I just
You
wanna
might
see
even
how-
be able to go bigger than that too, Mike. If you go under view on the upper
Okay, but I've
left-hand
got
corner, there might be a full screen version under there.
maybe
maybe.
all our thumbnails
Right there,
covering
read
half
mode
the
or full
graphic on the
screen.
right.
Oh, do you guys see this version, like the whole 8.5 by 11?
Yep.
But then it's smaller though, smaller print, right?
True.
Which view is that? Was that read or
That was view full screen mode.
which read mode? What does that look like?
Oh, hold on a second.
Okay.
Read mode.
think
That's
it's a
the
little-
difference.
That's a little better.
Yeah, full screen.
It's like full page. Yeah.
Yeah, so that gives you more options.
What do you guys think? Because I gotta, unless Dave could direct this, it's gonna get pretty, trying to do it all. I mean, I could, once I guess if I set up the share, well, the question is, if I set up share screen and then come in and out of it, will it remember where I left off in terms of the view settings, right? So let me just go here for a second. And now I'm going to go stop share. So now I'm stop sharing. So now I'm going to go back to share and see if it would be the same, if that makes sense. If I go to the item right here, oh, it looks like it's still the same. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think it would be the last thing.
What do you guys think of this mode here?
I think it's better.
So you can see the whole page, which is kind of cool, Sean, where you can see the whole page.
The only thing might be the type of device people are watching it on. If their screen's smaller,
yeah,
they may have a pretty tough time reading it.
But they have their printed document next to them.
Yeah, they'll have the printed document
True.
too. Stop share. Okay. Anyway.
Can you zoom in on that a little or not?
What's that, Tim?
Can you zoom in on that a little?
Oh, you know, that's a good question. Like if I have that control, yeah, that's a really good question. Hold on. That is excellent. Let's see, where is it now? There it is. So the question is, can I zoom in? Wait a second here. Do I have to hit control on my computer? Ah,
Oh,
look at that.
Control,
there you
control
go.
plus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay,
Good
bye.
answer. Yeah, so I agree with Wendy. The full screen mode looks nicer because you get rid of all of that junk around the sides. But yeah, if you zoom in, to me, that size is really readable sitting back on my computer.
Okay.
And you
so
should
now-
also have the option to just share Acrobat Reader and not the whole desktop screen.
Okay. For some reason, it's really a slow scroll. Oh, wait, no, it's quick. Yeah, okay, so here's the problem. So I can
loading.
scroll really fast when it's small, but then when I zoom in and scroll with my mouse, I gotta like do 10 times the, I mean, it's really slow, if that makes sense. So if I go back,
Okay, but if you scroll much faster than that, people get seasick.
that's true
Yeah.
too. That's true too. Hold on a second.
And
So on
page up,
mine-
page down might go advanced by page too.
Oh,
I've
that's
got-
true.
I've got the thumbnails on the right, and that's an individual thing where I can minimize that to get out of the way of the graphic, right?
Yeah, let's see. Page up, page down. Now, if I could get it set on one page full, like right there, page down, page down. Okay, that one's got to go down a little bit more. Okay, on-demand use of pay TV. Okay. Well, I'll play around with this. I'm not going to take everybody's time, but I'll try to figure out the best way to do this. I'm going to stop share here, but at least we definitely have options. That's for sure. So, but in general, showing that whole page initially is the way to go. And if I could zoom it in a little bit and have
I
that
think so.
set, we
Yeah,
should
maybe once or twice zoom it in,
okay.
because that way you're not having to scroll it so much, but at least it's a little bit more legible for people to read.
Right. Okay. All right. Oh, and then finally, Tim, you and I talked a little bit this morning about this. So once the link gets established after, because I'll say the meeting's over with, we're all done, it was recorded. Right now, the old meetings are all kind of are they like a YouTube link? Is that how they work? But this is on live stream?
Correct. So we'll probably have to download a file and upload it to YouTube eventually. Until we do that, we can leave the live stream link up. My only concern is that we don't have like extraneous talk at the beginning of that live stream. So when will that audio and video start on the live stream recording, Jamie?
so we'll go ahead and start it ahead of time, but my plan is to make a graphic that we'll have routed into the live stream encoder until the meeting is ready to begin.
Okay, so you won't have any audio in the background of people shuffling papers and all that. It'll be muted.
Yeah, similar to what you do for city meetings, Tim.
All right, cool.
So you control, so I don't have to worry about things being muted on my end. You can do that, Jamie? Okay.
Yeah, we'll just have it routed away. Well, I got to figure out where I'm going to store that image, but might get David to make a still and store it in the viz.
But always assume that you're live and the world can hear you.
Right.
That's true.
There's no such thing as a dead mic, they say, except when I'm dead. But anyway, then I will be dead. Anyway, but okay, this is all good. I think it was definitely worthwhile doing. We learned a lot collectively here with the Brain Trust, and I think we're going to be good to go for tomorrow. And
For
Dave,
Thursday?
I'm sorry. Thank
I
you.
hope it's not tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Thursday. Thank you. Dave, we'll work on this dual control after we hang
Yeah.
up.
Okay,
Yeah, the co-host. Yep.
Co-host, yeah. All right,
Okay.
sounds good.
we're going to end. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Appreciate it.